Well, Lord, that pepper need to be watered. Gnats out here and mosquitoes. Come get me. Uh-oh, something died. But looky here, y'all. Purple rain tomato, finally. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And today we're not doing a thing, y'all. We're not doing anything. I am so tired. I'm not tired now because I just woke up, but I am tired and I need a slight break. But I figured I would come and show y'all everything I got done this week. And then I think y'all will be like, oh yeah, I can see why she was tired, needed a nap and a break and all of that stuff. But I figured I would come and talk to y'all. I have not put out my 3 videos this week, and I said that I would, but I got a lot done. I'm super excited. I feel like I'm on top of things for fall this year. And if y'all remember last year, I was like so down about my fall garden. But this year, like, situations have changed, things in my life have changed. I literally am spending my time in the garden all day, every day, whenever I want to. And I wanted to make sure I tell y'all thank you, because without y'all watching, without y'all commenting, liking, sharing, all of that stuff, this would not be possible for me. And so I am just at a year. The 20th made a year since I started working for myself. I am no longer saying since I quit my job, because that's no longer relevant. Since I started working for myself. And so I just want to say thank you all for, like, being here, coming back and watching and just supporting me. I really, really appreciate it. By the way, y'all, I had a mentoring session. One of the affiliates that I work with, they allow you to take free mentoring sessions. And y'all have been asking me for merch. Don't get too excited though, because it's going to take some time. But y'all have been asking me for merch, and that is what I'm focusing on with the mentor that I'm working with, getting merch. And so this is what I'm hoping for the first shirt, is to have this on there, whatever saying that I decide to put on the shirts, because y'all have given me a lot of great ideas and I appreciate that too. But that is my plan. I'm going to give them a picture of the opening of the garden. So hopefully the yellow door, the welcome sign, the trellis full of things, and then whatever saying in the middle. So merch will be coming, not soon, but I am working on it. Thank y'all for the ideas. I just want to thank y'all in general. True story. Like, I feel so much gratitude for the fact that you all keep coming back. And some of you have been here for years. I can tell, like, from the comments, the people who I remember seeing from when I first started this journey, that was simply supposed to be like me out in my backyard showing you all what I'm doing because I enjoy it so much. And it has now turned into what I do. And I cannot tell y'all thank you enough. Got a little sappy there. So sorry. But I just thought about that. It's been a year and y'all have really supported me through this, and I really do appreciate it. So let's talk about what I got done. Let's talk about what I got done this week. So we're gonna go on through the yellow door. And somebody asked me why I didn't paint the back of it. No, the funny thing is, when I was not painting the back of it, I said, somebody gonna say, girl, why you ain't paint the back of that door? I knew it. And it's just not how I roll. It's not how I roll. That's what I like. It's just not. But I still like it from the front. I still like it from the back because I actually like the brown tan color. But I also wanted the yellow door too. There's a spider web right across here. We gotta get that down before we walk through. Let me show you an update on the seedlings. So probably tomorrow, Monday at the latest, I'm gonna give all of these seedlings a nice drink of fish emulsion so that they can get some fertilizer that's immediately available to them. But let me show you, they're all still alive. They all still look good. I'm very excited about that. So the bags, everything in the bags are still alive. And I try to water them in the morning before it gets hot outside. That way they have water readily available for them throughout the day once it gets hot. But you also can see some of them are a little light green. So with that being said, we're gonna give them a nice drink of fish emulsion probably tomorrow, because like I said, I ain't doing nothing but walking around and looking tonight. My body is tired, telling me to take a break, and that's okay. It is okay. I have gotten a lot done outside. Same thing for you. Even if you haven't got a lot done and your body is saying, I need to take a break, just take a break, because that's exactly what I did today. I got up at 6 o'clock. This place was a mess. There was black cow bags everywhere. Everything that I used to get things done was still in this garden. So I got up and I did get all of that stuff out of here, but I spent a big portion of the day with my mother, and then I came home and I went to sleep. Then I woke up and I had to go get groceries. I didn't get them. I went and picked them up. We put a grocery order in and I went and picked them up. And so now I'm back and I was like, I want to walk around the garden and talk with them. And so that's what I'm going to do. And so the beds, these are our kohlrabi in the front. They were already eaten up. That's not new stuff. By the way, let me find this leaf. Does anybody know what this is? And I tried to take a picture of it, but I couldn't get a good enough picture. So let me see if I can find it. These. What are these? I really don't know. And I tried to take a picture to use my apple, but it wouldn't focus on this. What I don't want to do is kill them if they are good for the garden. So if anybody knows, let me know. But honest truth, if I can't figure out what they are, I'm probably gonna take them out, because what I don't need, and I did see a moth over here. Like I sat out here the other day. Well, I was out here working and I was taking a break and I watched it land over here. So I'm assuming it might be the eggs from that moth. And if so, they gotta go. Y'all let me know if y'all know what they are. The green magic broccoli still looks really good. I'm excited for that. Same thing with those tiny tree collars that we put in here. The main thing, like I said, is just to make sure that everything stays watered. And if you do that, they can survive. Even when they are small, even when they're small, they can still survive. So the next bed still looking good too. So we got the Swiss chard back there, and you know, they were kind of small. Now this broccoli was very, very small. It's been getting eaten on, but I have some that I can replace it with if I need to. But the rest of the broccoli is looking really good. Cannot complain about what's going on there. I was able to go ahead, get the other garden bed filled. Someone asked me where those garden beds came from. They came from Quick Tent. They're very affordable. They're like $59.99, I believe. Very affordable. I think that they're gonna last us for a while. Maybe aren't as thick as some of the other garden beds, but I think they'll last us for a while. We'll keep our eye on that. But I did get that filled in, and I will show you the basil I just took out, and it is at the bottom of this bed. I cut it up, used it to fill the bed, but it is done. This is gonna be for garlic. We should be able to get a good amount of garlic in here this year. And the Brussels sprouts still look good as well. I'm looking at these plants and I'm hoping that I didn't get them messed up, because the leaves don't, well, mixed up. The leaves don't look like Brussels sprouts, y'all. Those up there do. These two do. The rest of these leaves are not giving Brussels sprouts. So I might have got them mixed up, and they might not be Brussels sprouts. I don't know. We'll see. Supposed to be the Long Island improved Brussels sprouts. The others are Groninger Brussels sprouts, but those leaves don't look like Brussels sprouts at all. I got this bed also amended. All of the beds are amended. So this one is amended. I did leave. Look at y'all. It's a ground cherry. It's two of them on there. Actually, I saw that the other day. I was like, that's awesome. So I didn't pull that, but pretty much everything else I pulled. I didn't pull those marigolds because they were so pretty. They won't be here long. This bed was supposed to all be kale. It's gonna be broccoli now. I've really been thinking about what I want from this fall garden, and I think this is probably the first time I've ever been able to just say, you know what, this is what I want from a garden, and this is how I have to plant it. And so I do want kale, right? But I have all of these green stalks now. Also, kale doesn't need just a lot of space if you don't mind having smaller leaves. And so I'm going to plant this garden out for what I want, which is onions, garlic, broccoli, collards, and Brussels sprouts. Those are the things I really want, and I want to get a good amount of them to save up to get us through summer until the next fall. So my kale, I'm going to more than likely plant one green stalk. So I had like 3 or 4 green stalks for onions. I may take one and do it for kale and other leafy greens like the lettuces and stuff that are over there. I have my plan, which was still great, and I have so many seedlings, but y'all already do that because I didn't want to throw no seedlings away. And what I did is I put them all over here, so they're all in one place out of the way. Some of them are getting eaten up. If they're leafy greens, even that little bit of eaten up is not going to be a big deal. They will start to grow again out of the middle, especially with brassicas, because you can cut brassicas down, right down to the soil, and they will start growing again. I don't really stress much in my garden, but I also most definitely don't stress brassicas just because I know that they can grow back if they are eaten down to a nub. So case in point, this tree collard over here, I pulled pretty much all of the leaves off of it, and the leaves just started growing back. So you see that whole stem? There's even leaves growing on the side, out of side shoots. And so I really don't stress brassicas as it relates to getting eaten up. And I also have a very long growing season. So if you have a short growing season, this is something you probably want to watch because you may not have a lot of time for it to rebound. But for me, I have a long growing season. We don't get our first frost, estimated predicted frost, until like November the 1st. And so with that being said, I'm not stressing it. I'm really not. And like I said, I have a lot of seedlings. Now, the one thing I will say is they have eaten up all of my Georgia Southern different collards. I'm not gonna start anymore. We're gonna use whatever collards we have. Some of them do have different tastes, but for me, it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. So Georgia Southern ate up. I mean, they ate up, y'all. But we have others, and those are the ones that we will grow. I do wanna show you what I did with the hollyhocks and the dahlias. If you remember, I told you I wanted to put them into the flower bed. I did just that. The flower bed has been amended too. Like, this is probably the bed I hate to amend the most. I think it's because it's so long and it's like not a deep bed. But anyway, these are the hollyhocks. They look absolutely horrible. Now, hollyhocks are biennial, so as long as these roots do not die, these will still come back. So I'm not worried about that, even though they look really bad right now. The dahlias I moved over here, and it's this kind of the same thing with the dahlias. If these plants don't do anything this year, dahlias grow from tubers. And in my area, as long as I mulch them well, so when it starts to get cold, I'll throw a whole bunch of leaves on the bed. As long as I mulch them well, they'll overwinter. So they'll stay in the soil, and then when it warms up enough, they'll come back up. So I'm really not worried about the dahlias either. By the way, I don't think we're gonna get any pumpkins, y'all. These plants are dying at a like crazy rate, and I have watered them. I've done a lot, but I think Vine Boar has taken the ones, at least on this side, out. This one still looks decent, so I'm definitely gonna leave it, but I don't think we're gonna get a pumpkin. It's so sad. It's so sad, but I've never been a person to attempt to grow pumpkins because I was like, I don't have enough space for that. Next year, I will plant pumpkins on purpose because they had like beautiful green growth. I really would have preferred to see a beautiful pumpkin, but it's okay. It's fine. Oh, y'all want to see the carrots? And actually, this St. John's wort makes me smile quite often. It really makes me smile because this was in the greenhouse and it struggled so bad. It's struggling still, but I got a lot of growth on it, so that makes me smile. But there goes the carrots. They look real good. I'm very happy that I decided to do this early because I think that I'm gonna get a nice harvest of carrots out of here. I decided not to thin them. I like smaller carrots anyway, so whatever comes out of here the way that they are right now, I'm gonna be fine with that. Well, Lord, that pepper need to be watered. That's a jalapeno. I can look at that. That needs to be watered, something terrible. It'll get watered tomorrow, and we still need to come and harvest this stuff. But like, I don't even have harvesting in me tonight, and that's okay. That is okay. There you go. Look at those poblanos. The golden marconis, I'm not gonna harvest those right now. I want them to actually turn the orange or yellow color that they turn. I want them that color, but let me show you them. Look, there's quite a few of them in there too. Sorry about the sun. It's going down, but I mean, we got a lot of them in there. And that plant did not do anything most of the season. It didn't do anything most of the season. So let me show y'all real quick the green stalks over here. I did go through today and I pulled anything that was not producing, anything that looked like it was dying, because once I get this garden planted out, the main garden, I'm gonna turn my attention to the green stalks. Now, what I did not do was get the blackberry green stalk. I did not get the blackberry green stalk planted, and that's fine. I still got time. Gnats out here and mosquitoes. Come get me. So the purple one still unplanted, but we have all of that lettuce over there. Look at it, y'all. That is so much lettuce, but it's absolutely beautiful. They do need to come out of these pots though. There are several plants in one 5-inch pot. These are Bootstrap Farmer pots. So yeah, I gotta get them out there, but the rest of the seedlings look good over here still too. Gotta get these sunflowers out too. Uh-oh, something died. Got no idea what that is. Oh God. But we have some more Godzilla broccoli over there. I can't wait to try that. But I also want to get the nasturtiums and the calendula out as well. Nasturtiums not gonna go through a very hard freeze. Oh, we got quite a few eggs. We got to get out the quail area. Oh, my stepfather finally came and got the dryer today, so I can move forward with my plan for the quail inside. I'm very excited about that. There's some more seedlings over here. They need to be watered. They good and dry, but we got seedlings everywhere. All of this is going to happen tomorrow though. They're not gonna die overnight. It's been very chilly at night here and in the mornings. They won't die overnight. I'll get them in the morning. But looky here, y'all. That is a zucchini. I'm super excited. It's in the green stalk, just trying to let it get a little bit bigger. And we have another one over there. You see it? Super excited. The green stalks are somewhat looking bare, but also still looking good. Depends on what side you look at it from. So this yellow one, I pulled a lot lot out this morning. A lot of it is down here on the ground. Didn't feel like getting it up, but I will. But the beans are starting to flower over here. And so once these beans flower, everything else is gonna come out of these green stalks and I'm gonna start planting for fall. But they are starting to flower and I'm excited about that. I pulled things out this morning, but some things, like, they were so deep in there. Like this sunflower, I decided you earned your spot, you can stay until I take everything out. I could not get it out, y'all. Some more beans down here flowering, but you also can see there are a lot of empty holes where I pulled things. But purple rain tomato, finally, and a bunch of flowers. Finally, finally, finally. I truly don't think it's the variety. I truly think this green stalk wasn't taken care of correctly in the first place, and that was my fault. But now I am fertilizing it like I should, and I think that's why we're finally getting some purple rain tomatoes. I'm excited. Those are gonna stay. Those are gonna stay until I at least get one tomato off it. I want to try it. The blue green stalk is looking very bare. If you remember, I said I think that it was too wet when I first put this up, like we were having all of that rain. So it's looking very, very bare. But I have a few onion starts, and that's what's supposed to go in this green stalk anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, amend it, and get the onion starts put in here probably next week. My plan is to get some of these pockets planted on this blue one next week. I'm gonna leave these beans though, just cause I really want more beans. And by the way, we have flowers coming in on the citrus again. This is the calamandan, I think, or the kumquat. I'm not sure, but we got flowers coming in again. I fertilized them recently, so we'll see what happens, y'all. But in general, they just look real good. I just hope I could keep them alive inside over the winter. I really do. I'm gonna take them all inside. Oh, the eucalyptus is doing much better over here. I can see the new growth. I think that it just wasn't happy in the garden bed, which it shouldn't have been because it was gonna be way too big for the garden bed anyway. But look right here, that's new growth. And I didn't have any new growth on these leaves in the middle, but even the ones on the end of the long ones is growing. So I'm excited to see that. I'm gonna leave that there for now. Temporary, but I'm still gonna put it in a pot. This one just won't stay in this pot forever because I think it's gonna get too big. It literally turns into a bush, y'all. I did my research and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that's where it's gonna be temporarily. My dog is still digging in this bed. She has got to have gotten everything she was supposed to get or could get because it was only 3 eggs anyway, but she's still digging. I'm not putting it back until I start to plant. But I moved some of the seedlings that's gonna go in here into the greenhouse as well. Now, let's just be clear, they also need to be watered. They'll get some water tomorrow. Look at this little tomato. A little beautiful tomato. I'd be interested to see how many more we get in here before we have to pull these plants because it's just a lot of flowers with new fruit starting to grow. And right here we got a whole cluster. The roselle, I know people are kind of invested in the whole roselle thing because they get so big and I have them in the greenhouse and they're touching the top of the greenhouse. I'm still letting them grow. They're definitely giving side shoots and making more branches. So that's exciting to see. I will tell you, compared to the one that's outside in this bed, they look like super small. Let me show you that one. But they won't start to actually produce until later. I got some time with them being in here. So I'm also glad I did not put them in a bed that I needed to amend. The bed that they're in is going to be strictly for elderberry anyway. So once I pull this out, I won't be putting anything else in here. And someone mentioned to me that my elderberry needed a partner. Yes, I do know that. Thing is, I've killed a hummingbird. I missed it, y'all. That they move so fast, but they're so pretty. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I do know that it needs a partner. I've killed so many elderberry that I didn't want to buy more than one. So my plan is to propagate from the one that I have to get another one. But I do know that it needs a second one to get a better harvest from it. Yeah, it's in there. It's still growing. I'm happy to see that I didn't kill it. That's all I can say. Here goes the other roselle. That thing is huge. It's a bush. It's in here with some zinnias. So yes, I know they get big. I've grown them before. I know they should be bigger than they are in the greenhouse, but I also don't have a lot of space to grow a lot out here. So if they can grow in the greenhouse and maybe be smaller and I get a smaller harvest, that's okay too. They're still doing well in the greenhouse, so next year they'll go into the shorter bed so they have more room to grow up. But what I learned is they can grow in there. And that was kind of my whole thing with the greenhouse. Very new to growing in greenhouses, just so you know, if you're new here. By the way, look at here. Look at that dipper gourd. It has gotten so big. I hope y'all can see it. It's gotten really, really big. I'm excited about that. The other one has two. Y'all see it right there? That one has gotten big too. And we got a new one growing right there. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. I never grew dipper gourds. I keep saying it. I grew them for fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Do y'all grow dipper gourds? If you do, what do you do with them? Because I have no idea. This green stalk, I forgot to show y'all this because it was in the garden. This green stalk is looking amazing still. Like, it looks really good. Look at that eggplant that I really need to harvest. You know what? Let me just take that. Might as well just take it now. Look at that. I'm planning to make shrimp tonight, so maybe I will saute this eggplant up. Hope the seeds aren't too hard, but like, yeah, that thing's pretty. That green stalk is literally the only place that I got eggplant from this year. The other ones that I put in the garden bed got ate up so bad by flea beetles. Like, they got ate up really bad by flea beetles. I'm trying to put this in my apron. Hold on. Both this tomato and this eggplant. Oh, let me show y'all the potato one. The potato green stalk is looking good too. I watered it really well yesterday. Tomorrow I also will be fertilizing the green stalks, but it looks good. We still don't have any at the bottom from the store purchased potatoes. Also, these bags don't have any action yet either. But like I said, I knew it would take a little bit longer because they weren't chitted or anything. So we will see. We will see. I'm also gonna get a lot of this basil harvested in the coming week just because I want a lot of pesto. I have a good amount of pesto, but I've been using it to make like chicken and noodle dishes, shrimp noodle dishes. It's a very quick way to make a dish with flavor without having to do a lot, especially if it's already frozen. By the way, the grapes are starting to turn. Like, these are starting to turn. They may be, this one is still a little green, so it might be a little sour, but this one probably is okay. So is this one. Let's try it. I'm gonna wipe it on my shirt. They do have seeds in them. You just spit them out. It's almost grape season. Still a little bit tangy, but super sweet. Has lots of seeds in it, actually. They are delicious, y'all. I mean, muscadine grapes are really good. I'm not gonna sit out here and eat a whole bunch of them. I am planning to make jelly, my daughter jam, whichever one it is. I don't know the difference, if I'm honest, but I did it last year and they were delicious. It was delicious. Muscadine grapes are so good. I do not regret letting this grapevine do what it's doing, because that's gonna be so many grapes and they're gonna be so good, y'all. I'm not gonna eat that one. Maybe I will. We'll see. That one's a little sour. Way more sour than the two I ate the first time. But I said that because it was still a little green. Also, I've been thinking about the orchard area. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rose bushes out. If I could get them in my front yard, I'll put them in my front yard. If not, they're gonna go. I'm gonna push this section all the way over to right before you get to the chicken area. I'm gonna put both of my figs over here, and then that will leave a lot of space for movement. What I'm also hoping for is to see if I can figure out a way to get the apple tree that's in the grapevine planted somewhere else as well. And then this one can stay where it's at. But that apple tree that's in the grapevine that you never can see, it's like right here. I'm gonna see how I can get it over into that section too. And all of those pots with those herbs and stuff, they'll probably go away and I will find another way to grow them. And like, I may just put them in a green stalk, because honest truth, I did not do anything with them this year because it was just too hectic in this section. There's a whole bunch of pots over here. And then this is a daisy right here. That was huge all season. So this was like feverfew, mint, those kind of things. Yeah, all of that stuff is coming from out there. And like I said, I might just do a green stalk full of that kind of stuff. I know mint spreads, but just like oregano, if I put it in a green stalk, I'm okay with it just staying there. So with that being said, and I have plans on getting 2 more green stalks. Not at this very moment, but I know where I could put them. I could put one more behind the purple green stalk and then the blackberry green stalk, and then I could put one right there. So they have a sale, I want to say in October, where they are selling all of the colors that they've had before, and I have 2 colors that I want. That is the raspberry. I have always wanted that raspberry. So that's the raspberry, and I want the black because I love black. So those are the colors that I want, those are the two other colors that I want, and that is my plan. And I still have some seedlings I need to pot up, some herb seedlings in the house. Not gonna happen today to kind of fill some of the pockets in here. That thyme, I'm pretty sure this was thyme. It did not make it. That was thyme too, I think. It did not enjoy me trying to transplant it at all, and that's okay. I started thyme, oregano, and rosemary in the house because I want more of that. There's gnats and mosquitoes, baby. A whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of them. So I just wanted to come say hey to y'all, come talk. But that's pretty much what's going on. Everything is amended in the main garden, so I can just start planting. I am not gonna plant as much cabbage as I said I was. I'm probably gonna plant 4 to 6 plants, and then I'm going to try to actually learn how to grow them. Y'all know I'm not great at growing them. That's my plan. I'm gonna focus on learning how to grow them. I'm putting them in the bed that has drip in it because they like to have moist soil. They have shallow roots, and so I think that's a perfect place to put the cabbage as I learn how to grow it. But real quick before I go, I do believe we're gonna get another group of tomatoes off of these plants. These are the plants that's in the back that we planted out in July, and they looked really sad. Look at them, y'all. And I was sitting on the porch the other day and I was like, oh, those are flowers. So very excited. And from here on out, I will start extra tomatoes a month after I plant them out, the main ones, in May, so that I can do this again, because I'm excited to see we're gonna get some more tomatoes. And then I'm gonna get around to making me some tomato sauce to put in the freezer or to can. We'll see what I do. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.